Sure.
Hey, you guys, this is your boy Manandothegoat, and I'm with my brother here.
Hey, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is Dr. Saf from Self Capital. Very happy to you having this meeting with Manandothegoat. Hope you guys are gonna have, or maybe you'll learn a few insights about the markets. And Manandothegoat, back to you. Let's hit it out.
Okay, thanks, my man. So, guys, on today's video, I'm gonna be analyzing Euro USD. So most of the time when I do my analysis, guys, I start on the daily time frame because I feel like the weekly has a lot of things to be done. So on the daily, I highlight my highest height, and then I come to the lower low. After highlighting my highest height and lower low, I now focus on my important levels, which is this is one of them. Again, this is one of them. And then I have the last one here. And if you check, guys, for price to go up, it shows that it's been it's been an uptrend. As you could see, we have 1, 2, but we never had the we never had the third touch. So, and again, guys, there's a level I forgot, which is this one here. So I won't do much on the daily time frame. Let's go to the 4-hour so I can break the structure nicely. So as you see on the 4-hour, guys, price created something sort of like a double top, and it's playing along. As you could see, we are having this thing here where it shows that okay, it's a double top. So most of the time, you know what to do with the double top, guys. So whenever you see a double top, you know that price is to do what? Price is to sell. And again, guys, I feel like there's a zone which price has to come and touch. As you could see here, we might be having an inverse head and shoulder setup where you have your head and then you have your what we call your left shoulder. So we don't have we don't have the right shoulder. So I believe that price will sell to come and form to come and form the right shoulder. So I'm expecting it to come at least somewhere around this level before it can like push up. So again, guys, I'd like to go to the 1 hour because I use the 1 hour as the entry time frame most of the time. I like the bigger pictures. So I use the 1 hour. Okay. So let's go to the 1 hour and see how's everything going. So yeah, guys, now I'm on the 1 hour. As you could see, price is promising, it's going down. So most of the time, guys, I just use my what we call my bar pattern. I'll just take the previous price from the high to the low, and then put it on the current market. So that will give me the direction of where price is going. So I just have to change this color to maybe yellow so it can be more visible. So I'm expecting something like this again, you know, by using my bar pattern. So I just take the previous structure, connect it with the current, and it makes sense on my side. So yeah, guys, that was Euro USD. So now I'm gonna pass the screen to Mr. Soft to analyze.
All right, thank you so much, Manandothegoat. What you just shared on you is very powerful, and a lot of people can actually learn from it, right? And personally, from my side as well, I believe that I might personally learn from the setup in which you just shared, and I believe a lot of people will also learn. Can you please make me the host from your side so I can also share?
Okay.
Very powerful stuff in EURUSD.
You know, my man, we kill the chats. You're the host. You're the host, my
Most
G.
definitely. Thank you, King. Thank you so much. So, ladies and gentlemen, right now, as you guys can see, I have my charts opened up on on USDJPY. And I personally, similar to Manandothegoat, use the top-down analysis, meaning to say we break down the time frames or the market from the highest time frame, right? Then going down to a small time frame. So each and every time when I analyze, ladies and gentlemen, one thing that I do is always start on the weekly time frame. And on the weekly time frame, one thing that I do is that I look for my highest highs and also my previous highs, my previous lows, sorry. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is personally something in which I do similar to Manandothegoat. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, everybody has a different strategy in the market, but the most important thing is that you guys come to the same direction, therefore capitalizing or maybe on the markets, right? Then afterwards, ladies and gentlemen, I can therefore drop down into the daily time frame, right? Because I just spotted them on highest high and highest low. And on the daily time frame, as you guys can see, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like we have a double bottom right over here on this low. And don't forget to adjust your trend lines because your trend lines are very important, maybe for you guys in order to spot up the markets much more efficiently, right? So right over here with the first touch, we have the second touch, and price might actually be buying to the upside once again, but it is a possibility in which might happen. Because don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, the forex market, we deal with something called probabilities versus possibilities. So it might be a possibility that price might actually push to the upside, right? But on the daily time frame, one thing that I actually do is look out for patterns. So right over here, I can see that price was actually pushing to the upside, and we're actually coming from that low, right? Let me just clone this. And as you guys can see, it looks like we have an ascending channel which was happening here, one uptrend in which price was pushing up. And then it broke, came back to the 90% of it, and it fulfilled. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the most important thing to ask yourself when price is at areas like this is where is it going next, right? And the most important thing is to analyze patterns in which might give you future market direction right now. So as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, it seems like price was pushing to a downside right over here. And if we clone this, you can see that there's another kind of descending channel that was pushing out. But let's go down to the 4-hourly time frame so we can see it much more clearer. And as you guys can see, ladies and gentlemen, here on the 4-hourly time frame, it seems like price was actually pushing to the downside. After it pushed to the downside, it actually broke this lows. One thing you can just do, as I always do, is just adjust your trend lines so they look decent for you and they need to make sense. Personally, for me, ladies and gentlemen, one thing I always do is if it does not make sense, I will not take the trade or I do not validate the trend lines, right? And 2 touches are valid. It only takes 2 touches in the trend line in order to make it valid, right? Now, ladies and gentlemen, where can you possibly enter? As you guys can see, descending channel, we have a probability or the probability that price might actually go to the upside from this low. It might actually put to the upside. But where are you going to personally enter? That's one thing that you need to understand. Why are you going to personally enter? Now, in Forex, there's a concept named patterns in patterns. So after this pattern that we're seeing right over here, right? After this pattern, we need to identify more patterns within structure right over here, and which will give us direction to where we might personally enter or the direction to the upside because we're analyzing for a buy, right? Now, let's go to the 1-hourly time frame. Now, on the 1-hourly time frame, ladies and gentlemen, as you guys can see, price looks much more clearer. I think there's a pattern in which I also identified from the other time frame right over here. And personally, from my side, I think this might look like a possible buy, right? So in Forex, ladies and gentlemen, there's something called a risk entry and a reduced risk entry, right? I think a lot of people are familiar with these terms now. So a risk entry is when you enter maybe at the bottom of this low, like right over here. If you enter right over here, this is classified as a risk entry. But after you enter the break of a pattern like this and price pushes up over here, if you enter the retest basically of a breakout structure, right, or the breakout, that is classified as a reduced risk entry. So as you guys can see, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of people can actually get the reduced risk entry to the upside, and you guys can actually be profitable on this trade if you actually take advantage of price when it gets to that level. So it's just simple, it's just a simple setup in which you guys can take advantage of. As you guys can see, ladies and gentlemen, I think that even a beginner in forex trading, if you just implemented the steps that we spoke about, you can most definitely get this trade to the upside. You can take it to the 90% of this level right over here. You can take it to 90% of this trend line, or you can actually take it to this high. And the reason why I personally might take it to that high is because I'm identifying imbalances in price right over here. But that's something I actually teach in my mentorship, the soft capital mentorship. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I speak about order blocks. I teach about order blocks. I also teach about imbalances in price, breaks of structures, in which you guys maybe can incorporate into your trading so you guys can have a much more delicate experience. So ladies and gentlemen, from my side, I'm going to be looking for a buy actually on USDJPY. After we get the breakout right over here, then we can get positions to the upside. So yeah, that is actually my predictions on USDJPY. I think if you drop down to the 15-minute, right, that's where you'll personally be looking for that break and actually the retest of it. Let me just show you guys. After here, the 15-minute, just come to the 15-minute, look for the break, the retest right over here, then a push to the upside. And once you get that, you personally know, or you can be much more comfortable with taking the positions to the upside. So Manando, from my side, that's what I'm actually looking at for. I hope the people also take advantage, King.
Yeah, nah, man, that was proper, man. That was proper. I learned a lot. Yeah, that's proper.